Every time a story is published, staff who have been set up in the platform to receive story alerts will receive an automatic email notification with a link which will take them directly to the moderated story. When looking at the story, staff who have been granted responder access will see a purple box underneath the story with the words "Post your response." When you click on that link, the page will expand to include a box where you can write your reply. The first step is to choose what information you would like to include in the signature profile bar that will appear at the top of the response. The system will default to the option that displays your name, job title, and organisation. However, you can also choose to display only your job title and organisation, or even just your organisation. The second step is to enter the response content into the larger white box. You can accompany this by adding in a picture if this is relevant, such as a photo of a change that's been made. Once you have entered the content, you can add a flag to indicate whether you are planning to make a change or have made a change in relation to the feedback. An example of this may be that you have improved the efficiency of a phone system, updated information on your website, or are working on improving the Wi-Fi availability for consumers. The system defaults to "not at the moment," so you need to manually add in these flags if they are appropriate. If you are at the stage of planning to make a change but have not yet done so, keep in mind that you have the option to post a second response down the track with an update of the planned change, adding the "We've made a change" flag. When you have finished entering the response and are ready to submit, you may wish to preview the response, which can be done by clicking the Preview button at the top of the overall responding box. The final step is to give your consent to your response being published by Care Opinion Australia. Clicking this button releases the purple Send button, which sends your response to the Care Opinion team to be moderated prior to publication. If you have administrator access to the platform, you will be able to enter a response on behalf of another staff member. The process is much the same, except for one additional step at the beginning. The platform asks you to indicate who the response is from. The default setting is "me," as in yourself, as many people respond for themselves. However, when entering the response for another person, you need to click on the button that says "Another Member." You then start typing in the responder's name into the box on the right. When you start typing in their name, a drop-down menu will appear with the staff member's name. Just click on that responder's name, and when the story is published, it will appear under their profile instead of your own. Just 3 troubleshooting tips to note. If you type in the responder's name and it doesn't appear in the drop-down list, it means they have not been granted responder permissions in the platform. They will either have member access, which is access to read stories only, or they won't be in the system. If you do not have the menu option to enter a response for another member, it means you do not have site administrator access and will need to arrange this with your service's appointed site administrator, who will have the ability to add and adjust staff access to the platform as required. And finally, if you ever have issues with the platform, check what browser you are using, as the Care Opinion Australia platform works best through Google Chrome. However, if you continue to have any troubles, please contact the Care Opinion Australia team for support. This is an example of what a published response looks like on the Care Opinion Australia platform. This particular story was a criticality 1, which meant it was minimally critical. The storyteller was raising concerns that their aged care facility did not have a hairdresser. In the purple bar at the top of the response, you can see that the responder chose to include her name, job title, and organisation in the signature bar. She has a profile picture loaded into the platform, which appears just below the profile bar on the left. This is a great way of showing the human side of the organisation. In the response content, she supported the need for a hairdresser and explained what steps they had taken to recruit one. She also signed her name at the bottom of the response. Some responders enter only their first name, knowing that their full name and job title are included in the profile bar at the top of the response. Others will use their full name and their job title. How you choose to sign off your response at the bottom is entirely up to you. Finally, she added the "Made a Change" flag that appears next to her profile information at the top of the response. This flag also appears on the progress bar at the top of the story. Well, I hope this information has been helpful to you. If you have any questions about how to prepare to respond and how to enter responses on the Care Opinion Australia system, do remember that the Care Opinion Australia team is here to help, and we are just an email or a phone call away.